We're talking with Deborah Wince-Smith, president of the Council on Competitiveness, who's involved in 3 different sessions here at the National Summit as a participant. Your group includes university presidents. What role do they play in all of this?
They play a very important role because one of the great assets and advantages we have is still our tremendous leadership in research and development, and also the education that our young people receive at our universities. Everything from community colleges, and there's some great ones in Michigan, by the way, all the way through the most advanced research universities in the world. This is where the game-changing innovations that are going to create products and services we can't even envision today are being developed. And our federal government invests in this research, our industry invests in this research. The real challenge is, how do we take it, drive the new entrepreneurial businesses, and ensure that it's here that we create the next Google, the next Intel, the companies that have actually entirely changed the world.
You may have seen our community colleges are seeking authorization to grant 4-year degrees now here in the state of Michigan. Good idea?
Well, I think there's some merit in that. I think we need to think about that. I mean, one of the things I'm concerned about is that we somehow are leaving behind what we at the council call the middle skill shortage. We have a tremendous shortage in this country for skilled workers that go out on transmission lines, that work, in the whole area of advanced manufacturing. They don't necessarily need a college degree, but they have to be literate, they have to have judgment, they have to be able to operate, computerized equipment. And that's an area for big focus in terms of our educational imperative.
Not everybody is going to be the genius who creates the next Microsoft. We know that.
That's correct.
And so that's what you're talking about, is the other jobs that can be very high paying too.
Very, very high paying. In fact, we've done some research at the council that compares some of these middle skilled jobs where we have huge shortages versus pay structures for some college educated degrees. And the middle skilled jobs actually pay more and they can't be outsourced.
What do Americans least understand about the situation that this country is in economically?
I think the thing they least understand is that we cannot turn inward. We led the whole globalization of the economy after World War II. We created the industries and services that changed the world. It's added tremendous prosperity throughout the world. Other countries' prosperity is not a zero-sum game for us, because the other thing, let's not forget, by 2020, 80% of all consumers in the world will be outside the United States. These are our customers and these are our partners. So for us to think about being protectionist and shutting our borders, that's really looking backward. And again, as an archaeologist, I will say there's been no great civilization, great nation that ever turned inward. They were always looking out and looking for the opportunities. And we need to maintain our leadership in the world.
I hope you can get that message across to our political leaders as well, that outsourcing is not necessarily bad. It can be good for our workers here as well. But in the meantime, before you go, I know you've got panels to attend. Deborah Wince-Smith, what's the most interesting archaeological expedition you've been on?
Well, I work in the Bronze Age Aegean world in Crete and the civilization of the Mycenaean and Minoans. And in fact, I'm working on a book on how those civilizations, about 1800 to 1200 BC, before Christ, were 21st century innovators. And it's called From Bronze Age Traders to Internet Smart Mobs. And they had the first global supply chains. They created intangible assets. Women had very powerful roles in these cultures. And it's very interesting to look and see how man's always been an innovator. And if we go back to the beginning, we can see that everyone's had these challenges to make our world better, generation by generation.
We'll look forward to the book when you complete it.
Thank you.
Deborah Wince-Smith, President, Council on Competitiveness. We're at the National Summit down here.